I have walked a difficult road. I have faced battles that no one should ever have to face, and I have witnessed the pain of losing those I hold dear. But I stand here before you not as someone who has been defeated, but as someone who has never once allowed the flame in my heart to go out. No matter how fierce the storm, no matter how deep the darkness, the fire that burns within me cannot be extinguished. That same fire burns within all of you. I can see it in your eyes. Let me tell you something important, something that I have learned through every trial, every loss, and every victory. The only true failure in life is giving up. There is a saying, only the strong survive, but I have come to believe that this is only half of the truth. It is not enough to simply survive. The true measure of a person is in their ability to stand tall after every defeat, to rise up when they are knocked down, and to carry on when the world demands that they quit. When I was young, I admired my father, Shinjiro Rengoku, a man who was once the flame Hashira. I saw him as the very embodiment of strength. He was a man who would fight to his last breath, someone whose flames could never be quenched. But what I didn't understand then, what I couldn't comprehend, was the darkness that lay within him. My father was a great man, but like all great men, he was not impervious to pain. He suffered, he struggled, and he faltered. In the end, the very fire that had once burned brightly within him dimmed. He turned away from his responsibilities, from his role as a Hashira, and from me. He became consumed by his own despair. I can't say that I ever truly understood why my father chose to abandon his post. I don't know what happened to make him lose faith in the very cause he had once fought for so fiercely. But what I do know is that his actions left a void in my heart, a void that only grew larger with time. I wondered, for many years, if I too would one day lose my way. Would I too succumb to the darkness? Would I too let my flames be snuffed out? But then I realized something important. I realized that my flames were not my father's flames. My path was not the same as his. I had my own reasons for fighting, my own purpose that I could not abandon. I could not allow myself to be consumed by despair. I could not allow myself to falter when there were people who needed me. There is a power in knowing that you are not alone, and that power is what has kept me moving forward. And that power is what will keep you moving forward, no matter the obstacles in your way. I know that many of you have faced battles that have made you question whether you have the strength to continue. I know that some of you have been hurt, physically and emotionally. You've lost loved ones, you've seen things that no one should ever have to see. There are times when you feel as though the weight of the world is too much to bear. I know because I have felt that weight. But it is in those moments, those darkest of hours, that we must summon our greatest strength. Look at the flames that burn within you. Do you see them? Do you feel their warmth? That is your spirit. That is your will. And that is your strength. When you are faced with a challenge, when you stand at the edge of despair, it is not your muscles or your weapons that will save you. No, it is your heart, your resolve, your unwavering belief in yourself and in your cause that will carry you through. When you feel weak, when you feel like you have nothing left to give, remember this: the fire inside you never goes out. It may flicker, it may waver, but it will always burn. As long as you keep feeding it with your will to live, your will to fight, and your will to protect the things that matter. I did not become the flame Hashira by simply wishing for strength. I earned it. I trained for it. I pushed myself to the limits of what I could endure. I sacrificed everything I had to become the man I am today. But none of it would have mattered if I had not made a choice. And that choice was to never give up. To keep fighting no matter the odds. To keep believing, even when the world seemed to turn its back on me. And it is that choice, that decision to stand tall, that is what defines a true warrior. I have seen many warriors fall in battle. I have seen comrades die, their bodies torn apart by the very demons we fight against. And yet, I do not mourn for them with sorrow. I mourn for them with pride, because they did not fall in vain. They fought with all their heart, and they fought for something greater than themselves. They fought to protect the innocent, to preserve the peace that is so fragile in this world. And that is the greatest honor a warrior can have, to lay down their life knowing that they gave everything for the greater good. But even as I mourn their loss, I carry their spirits with me. I carry their courage, and I vow to them, to myself, and to the world, that I will never stop fighting. Even if my own life is taken, I will fight until the very end, because that is the promise I made to them. That is the promise I made to myself. You will face your own trials. You will face moments where you feel like giving up. You will face battles that seem insurmountable, moments when your body aches and your spirit falters. But in those moments, remember this: you are not alone. You have the strength of your comrades, the strength of those who have fought before you, and the strength of your own heart. The fire inside you can never be extinguished unless you allow it to be. And as long as you keep fighting, as long as you never give up, you will find the strength to overcome anything. You must choose to live. You must choose to fight. And when the time comes, when your battle is over, you can say with pride that you lived with honor, that you fought for something greater than yourself, and that you never once gave up. And that, my friends, is the way of the flame Hashira. That is the way of a warrior. And that, my comrades, is the way of life itself.